Hi, this is Emily Patterson. I am going to be reading my poem, The Only Constant, for you today. I'm grateful to West Trade Review for having this poem and publishing it, and I'm excited to share more with you. So, in my poetry, a big theme is parenthood and the nature of parenting. My latest chapbook, which is called To Bend and Braid, really kind of delves into the paradoxical aspects of parenting, especially a young child who still needs and wants kind of that closeness, that close care, but is also expanding their sense of self, just as the parent is as well in that experience. And oftentimes I write from the immediacy of the moment. So I'm sort of cataloging all of these details, and then in my editing process, I pare down, pare back those things. But in this poem, it was a little bit different. I wanted to keep those details in intentionally, and I even expanded on them. I wanted the poem to have kind of that feeling of the ongoing nature of like all these to-dos that we all experience, that it feels a little bit like a list even. And I use some intentional repetition, like in the phrase, the thing is a little bit of a refrain in the poem. And then visually on the page, I kept it as all one stanza and used some enjambment to kind of also highlight that like running on cataloging feeling. I think when parenting young children, especially, there can be these like little domestic frustrations that can kind of pile up and have this feeling of like little false starts that can kind of almost spiral into feeling like bored and frustrated. And then under that, especially as a parent, like a little bit guilty for that feeling of boredom or frustration. So in this poem, I wanted to convey that kind of feeling and story, but then it wends its way towards, recognizing that, even though it is hard, sometimes boring, sometimes frustrating, it's also really enough in that ordinary moment, and how we're both still learning, parent and child. Uh, and then just a quick note about the title. So I'm playing with the phrase a little bit, that change is the only constant. I think that that's attributed to Heraclitus, but it's sort of this ubiquitous idea. And the moment in the poem feels really immediate, feels kind of static, like those details are slowing down time. But it's also a recognition of like, no, this time is really fleeting, and we are always changing. And then at the very end, I try to take that idea of constancy and infuse it with a little more meaning, new meaning, and a new direction. So I will go ahead and read the poem for you now. The Only Constant. The thing is, it's Sunday, and by 9, we're already 3 Sesame Street episodes in when it begins to snow, fat flakes falling fast. It takes at least 45 minutes to gather 2 coats each, your hot pink snow pants, and only 1 mitten. I can reach your red plastic sled from the rafters, but when you realize you can't ride and pull yourself all at once, it's over. Sled left to gather ice in the street. Instead, we shake puffs of snow from the hydrangeas, watch them spring up like a release. The thing is, my patience lately seems to have died. Its once plush petals, hardened yet fragile, buried under winter weight. I cannot seem to follow the advice to remain unfazed as you scream when I won't let you eat the snow from your boots, when you push your will against mine, only to pivot to need to me, our bodies once again a connected heap. Later, I scald the grilled cheese, scrape its burnt into the sink. You tell me the inside is best anyway, carefully peeling a stretch of cheddar from the crust. The thing is, you forgive me constantly, missing mittens, blackened bread, the edge in my voice that reveals too much, the way I am still learning how to forgive myself.